This is a voice check. This is a voice check. Let me know in the chat whether you guys can hear me a-okay. Also, let me know how you guys are liking the new tunes, which should be less disturbing / interrupting when I do speak, especially when I go into those educational rants. Thank you for banning that guy. I'm guessing it was you, Mark. Appreciate it. Jesus Christ. I don't understand. Why do people think they'll get attention when they behave like this? It's the exact opposite that ends up happening. Or was it you, Tales of the Crypto? How are you guys, by the way? Good to see you guys in here. Good people in here. We'll be starting in around 2 minutes. Not gonna wait for the 5-minute marker. It's gonna be a good day today. The markets are nice and red. These are the kind of times I really like doing streams because there's more to talk about, right? How to trade the markets when the markets are going down is a lot more pertinent to trading as opposed to only enjoying a bull market where everyone seems to feel like a genius. And Ryan says, idiots love to be idiots. Yeah, there's a particular bliss that you get from being an idiot and, you know, just not trying to ever solve the problem. I, in a way, envy that mindset. I'm actually really tired today, by the way, guys, but I'm going to sit here and relax with you guys either way. Today's stream is not going to be as energetic as yesterday's, but nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and have a good time because that's what we do over here in the Mango community. Especially when the markets are going down, I thought it'd be good if I come here and spend some time with you guys, especially those of you who may be, I don't say panicking. I know all of you now in the Mango community have grown and matured to know how to deal with the mindset when markets pull back. We'll be talking about a couple of ways that you could trade things like this, right? But yeah, I thought it'd be nice, in case you guys were feeling anxious, that I am here to just chat with. Andrew's in here too. How's it going, Andrew? How's it going, Tales of the Crypto? How's it going, Mark? How's it going, Obina? How's it going? Old Man is in here too. He's here every freaking stream. Scott M says, we are all good. Mr. Sean, hey, how good to hear that. Siddharth is in here as well. We have good people in here. Alright, so I think it's time to just go ahead and get started. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to start with the usual Cardano analysis, blah blah blah? Do you guys want to start with XRP? Or do you guys want to do something a little bit different? We can go the educational route today. Have a more relaxed educational stream. Maybe we can discuss so this morning in the seed chat I posted in the seed setups essentially a trade opportunity on XRP, which could be taken two ways, right? You could essentially take it as a scalp, or you could take it as a trend trade, right? An opportunity to enter a trend trade. And then I did get a couple of PMs, people asking me the difference between a scalp and a trend trade, blah blah blah. And I don't talk about scalps usually because it's not advised, right? I don't advise people to take scalp trades when they're just beginning their journey. But we can go ahead and talk about the difference today, okay? We can, so when you guys are ready to take those kind of trades, you guys know what you're doing and why you're doing it at the very least. Do you guys want to discuss that, or do you guys want to jump straight into the analysis and, you know, ask me why Cardano's not at $5 yet? Even though Cardano did it precisely what we were talking about and did have that squeeze situation and break up yesterday. I had my I told you so moment right after the stream. Tan Swan is in here. How's it going, man? How's it going? He says anything is fine. I love that. Took a sip of my water. I know that bothers some of you guys, but hey man, when I got a drink, I got a drink. Alright, so with that, guys, let's go ahead and get started. It is a little bit hot in here. Just turn on the air conditioner a tad bit more. Go. There you go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter. Welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily analysis video. Today we will be I should probably reduce the camera a tad bit, eh? It's a bit too big. My face is too big for my yeah. So today I want to be covering XRP with you guys. Just talk about, you know, talk about the charts, talk about Cardano, of course, talk about Bitcoin. Yesterday we did start with Bitcoin, so I'm not going to start with Bitcoin today. Not much has really happened, really. We will take a look at Neo. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Neo too. I'll take requests maybe in around 15 minutes after we do cover the usuals. The usuals being Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin. XRP is now on people's radar, so we will go ahead and cover XRP. I do want to take a look at Theta. I haven't looked at that recently. Someone did mention it. I think someone said XRP is looking good. But what do you guys want to start with? Do you guys want to start with Cardano again or XRP? Or do you guys want to talk about or do you guys want to talk about the difference between a scalp and a trend trade, right? Because they are actually, in a way, polarizing concepts completely in how you trade them. VeChain, yeah, we could, Avi says, good to see you. Hey, man, good to see you too, Avi. Good to see you. Chat's moving a bit fast. Let me go ahead and open the other tab. It's a little easier to read. Yes, Cardano, yes, XRP, Polkadot, please, XRP, all right. Oh, Polkadot, we can go ahead and call. I think Kusha did a video on Polkadot where she pretty much broke down my analysis on DOT, right? I've been looking at DOT very, very closely. There was a good trade over there, depending on your position size, of course. It didn't do as well as WIN. We can go ahead and take a look at the dashboard really quickly. How do I do that again? I think boom. Right, so the dashboard, by the way, you guys could have used today to make a lot of good trade opportunities. At least if you guys use that the way we kind of teach on the daily videos, by using all of the time frames in confluence with your indicators. There were some really nice bounce trades that I took advantage of today and made. I made a good amount today. Just on bounce trades. And those are quick in and out trades, right? Essentially your scalp trades. Those are what we call scalp trades. We can talk about that today. We can talk about WIN. I want to go ahead and take a look at WIN. I wanted to highlight this row for you guys. Essentially, look at WIN, right? You had a return of 185%. I think yesterday was sitting more at around 250-ish. I don't know. But now, what I want to talk about is when you have a move like that, right? When you have a volatile move that goes all the way up to 200,000, 300,000, sorry, 200%, 300%, you need to be okay if you want to keep capturing the rest of the move, okay? If you want to capture the rest of the move, and this could keep going, okay? We can go ahead and take a look at the chart, but if you look at the time frames, I do believe it's actually neutral on the 4-hour now. It'll be interesting to see how this develops. So over the 12-hour, the 12-hour is still long. So the 12-hour and the daily are both staying long. If you do want to stay in that trend, you need to be okay with that volatility, right? And it's going to bounce. As soon as you start getting upside volatility, the entire fingerprint, the entire genetic, or rather the personality, that's the better way to put it, the personality of the asset has changed, okay? And you can't expect small downside moves while continuing to get upside moves. It just doesn't work that way, okay? That's not how markets trend. So one of two things needs to happen. If you're jumping into the trade right at the top, okay, if you jumped in after it pumped, okay, you need to be okay with it pulling back on you, and you need to have your risk management set for that. Or two, you need to be willing to get out really, really fast if it doesn't have the continuation. Because if you are looking for it to continue right away and it doesn't, you've positioned for it to continue right away, right? You've positioned hard, you've positioned for a big win immediately, and likely your position size is going to be higher. And in that case, well, if it doesn't go in your favor, you need to be ready to get out of the trade immediately, period, right? So one of those two situations you need to take into consideration and trade accordingly. But one of them is not mango, the other is mango. But yeah, XRP is doing pretty well too. Still, the trend is still up. All right, let's go ahead and talk about XRP really quick. By Wink or Win? Is Wink the across Canada's in here too? How's it going, man? How's it going? Kevin Benedict says, how about One and Mana? We can go ahead and cover One. I think Krisha is doing a update on One, but we'll go ahead and look at that too. Bitcoin, yeah, we're definitely going to be covering Bitcoin. Link, yes, Link. I've been actually looking at Link a lot. So it did break up, just like I said it would, or I'm not sure whether I talked about it in the seed chat or in the Grove. I think it was in the Grove. But Krisha and I have been looking at Link. Looking good. Okay, I do want to start with XRP, but I do want to take a sip of my drink before I do. So with XRP, right, I saw this come down this morning over here, and this was a good trade opportunity to make a quick buck, like a good $500 to $1,000, depending on if you have a medium to intermediate account size, or way more than that, depending on if you have a larger account size, right? So these are the kind of opportunities that the markets will give you in the current trading environment, right? You have an aggressive move towards the upside. So this broke out to the upside. We were looking at this on the USD chart. I took the trade on the Bitcoin chart, but I was looking at this on the USD chart with you guys over the weekend, right? And this is going to be a good example of how if you miss a trade, right, you don't need to FOMO in and feel like, oh man, I missed it, I just want to get a piece of this action, and you just buy the top. No, you be patient, and there will be opportunity. Even though you've missed one leg, right? If you missed one leg, there's another opportunity to have a second leg, but there's also another opportunity on the counter trend move towards the downside. We'll talk about that. So right over here, over the weekend, I showed you guys this setup, right? Somebody asked about XRP. Krisha was on the stream with us, and she's like, XRP is not looking too good. And I panned on over to the weekly, and I was surprised with what I saw. I'm like, damn, this is actually looking fantastic. And depending on the weekly close, this could have a ascending triangle break towards the upside that could lead to a big move, because look at that. This is a key structure that was going to break. And what do you know, we actually broke right above it, right? Just a slightly down over here. The yellow line is what you're looking for. The birds are here on my balcony, and we broke right above it, tested it, and saw the move immediately. But I missed it, right? I did not capture this trade at all. I completely missed this trade, even though I should have been taking this trade. Now, what do? Let's say I missed it. Do I just FOMO in over there? No, I say, hey, life happens. You're not going to catch every single trade. You're going to make mistakes. The last thing you want to do, guys, is compound a mistake with another mistake because you've let your freaking emotions go out of control. So you just wait for the next opportunity. The next opportunity may come in one of two ways: either trend continuation, right? Trend continuation, where after this bull flag, you get a flag like this. Sorry, after this impulsive move, you get a bull flag like this. We're putting in high lows, and then you buy the consolidation to look for the trend to continue towards the upside, or you get a counter trend move that could or could not continue the trend, right? So the second opportunity may show up in the asset actually selling off, where instead of getting a bull flag like this, you may get a falling channel, or you may get a volatile move down, a rounded formation, and then it continues towards the upside. But either way, on the higher time frames, it will look like a clean structure. So you are trading the lower time frames for a counter trend move, and you're looking to get in and get out, and we'll be talking about that as well very soon. So either way, right, what you need to understand when your mindset is giving you that urge to FOMO into a trade that you know is very wrong, you need to just remind yourself that there is going to be opportunity even though you missed this part of the trade. There's going to be opportunity towards the downside, there's going to be opportunity towards the upside. You do not need to FOMO in just because you took, or rather you missed an opportunity. Okay, so what happened over here? Essentially, we can go ahead and look at let's say the 4-hour time frame. Okay, we pull back really hard, and right in the morning when I woke up, I saw this trade right over here. Essentially, we pulled all the way back down to this structure, and the structure was a structure on multiple time frames and multiple indicators. We can go ahead and put this horizontal right over here, right at 94 cents. We're marking out the structure, so you're seeing, hey, what do you know, right over here I'm seeing a horizontal that is really important. I'm also seeing this horizontal that's really important. So you can go ahead and essentially mark out this zone, okay, as a potential buy opportunity. Then you can go ahead and turn on your indicators, and your indicators may or may not line up with that, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for confluence across multiple indicators, multiple time frames, okay, to look for a trend continuation opportunity. And the one thing that we use here constantly is the mango dynamic, right? It's one of our go-to indicators recently because it's been strong edge for us, so we're going to continue to use it as long as it's strong edge. And you can see right over there it lined up, right? Our zone lined up with the mango dynamic. Moreover, if you go on over to the 1 hour time frame, you're going to see that, hey, even on the 1 hour time frame, this was a key structure, right? You can remove the dynamic for now. You can see this horizontal, this neckline that we just broke towards the downside, right? You're seeing, hey, that horizontal was a key structural neckline on the 1 hour time frame too. Then you can go ahead and turn on your indicators as well, whatever indicators you guys like to use, and see that, hey, if you hide the zone, the top of the mango equilibrium, the cloud, is also lining up with a with the zone that we marked, lined up with the horizontal. It lined up with the horizontal on the 4 hour and the neckline on the 1 hour time frame. So you're seeing confluence. Then what you could actually go ahead and do is switch on over to your dashboard, okay, and then be like, okay, cool, if I want a bounce trade over here, if I want a scalp trade over here, if I want to get in and get out, what I'm looking for is the higher time frames to all be in confluence with my trade direction to have that extra boost. And if you just go ahead, filter out XRP over here, you're going to see that, hey, on the daily, we're still long. On the 12 hour, we're still long. On the 4 hour, we're still long. Okay, so all these time frames are saying, hey, the trend is still bullish. Now, depending on your trading strategy, okay, let me switch back on to a chart. You may be saying, hey, you know what? I like XRP over here. However, I don't like it right away. I want to see it put in a bullish structure before I start building in a trend trade. Or you could say, hey, you know what? I don't care. I want to do it mango. I like all of this confluence over here. I want to start building a trend trade based on the high time frames, because remember, weekly is looking freaking good, right? We talked about how we broke a structure over here. I want to start building and entering a trend trade right over here. Okay, I want to buy the first Tesla mango dynamic, and that's my entry, and I'm done for the day. I'm going to go spend time with my family. I don't need the optimal trade, and that's what we teach at Mango, how you can get away from that entire mindset of I need the optimal trade, right? You can just simply buy when you see the opportunity, and price will pull back on you, and it won't matter. It won't matter at all, because your entire risk management, your risk management tool sheet accounts for all of that. Okay, everything will be accounted for. So you'll get your trade in and then move on. You'll move on with your day, move on with your week, and you'll only check back on this maybe a week later. That's one way to do it. But let's say me this morning, I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested in getting into a trend trade on XRP right over here. Okay, but I am interested in getting in on a scalp trade. I am interested in taking a quick bounce play on this asset, because it does look like because it had volatility. So this is something you guys need to keep in mind. When there's an impulsive move like XRP had, or like 40% upside move, right? I know that volatility I can trade to my advantage for these scalp trades. I can get a good 10%, a good 15%, maybe even 8%, and it's going to be significant, because I can adjust my position sizing a lot higher, because I know that I'm going to be in and out really quick, right? I'm not going to tolerate a big down move like I would on my trend trades. On my trend trades, I tolerate big down moves, but on my scalp trades, I want in and I want out really fast. So I'm not going to be taking too much leeway towards the downside. If I want a little bit more extra leeway, I will adjust my position size. So that's what I wanted, right? I wanted a quick in and out trade. But remember, when you're doing that, you need to understand that it is literally a counter trend move. You are trading against the prevailing trend, because as soon as you're saying I want in and out, you are literally trading the low time frames. Okay, you are trading the low time frames, you're trading the 1 hour, you're trading the 15-minute, whatever it may be, depending on the duration that you're in and out. Now for me, I was actually in and out of this trade within like freaking half an hour, right? Within an hour or 45 minutes. But that means that I was trading against the trend with my time duration in the trade determined whether I was actually counter trading or not. And I was counter trend trading over there, right? And that's a-okay as long as you are willing to take your profits quickly. So now, where do you take your profits? And this is where people go wrong. Okay, this is where people go wrong. And I'm going to quickly first check that you guys can actually hear me, because I've made that mistake way too many times, and also take a sip of my drink. Seems like you guys can hear me. All right. So someone says you'll come back when we do Cardano. All right, man. You can come back when we do Cardano. I don't care. This part of the analysis is more so for people who want to actually learn a few techniques. And again, this is what separates seedlings who are actually interested in learning how to do these things on their own versus people just looking for calls. Because most of the seedlings now don't even need me, right? Because they pay attention to these kind of educational content that we teach throughout the seed program. Because these are the foundational concepts that make you not even need me, make you not even need to come onto these streams. But yeah, for those of you seedlings who are here listening, what do you do, right? What are the mistakes that I do see people make when they're taking these kind of scalp trades? Now over here, we don't need to look at any particular pairing. We can look at either the XRP USDT or the Bitcoin pairing. But let's say that you determine that, hey, you know what, I want to buy this right over here on the dynamic. That's my in, and I want out really fast. Way too many traders, once they take that scalp trade, right, and they see the trade bounce, they see it bounce, they break their plan. They break their own rules by breaking their plan. Now suddenly, because your trade is in profit, they're like, you know what, I'm going to hold this. Maybe XRP is going to go to $3. I want to have this position. You cannot do that, guys. If you entered to get in, get out, it means that you have positioned a lot higher than you otherwise would have. So you need to stick to your plan through and through. You can take your profits and then redecide and have a new plan to get back into a trend trade, okay, which is what I will do. But you do not break your plan and say, I am going to hold this trade instead. Do not ever do that. Don't do that. Because if you got in to get out, get out. Take your profits and get out, okay? Because scalp trades are essentially the opposite of trend trades, where you need to have more victories, right? More victories and less losses, because your position sizing is going to be very, very different. It's going to be a lot larger than usual. So you're essentially looking to have at least a 70% win rate on your scalp trades. At least a 70% win rate on your scalp trades. So with that in mind, you need to think about, if you're taking a trade over here, what is the likelihood of the trade actually bouncing all the way immediately and going towards, like, you know, the previous high to maybe $1.11, or maybe even taking out the high. The likelihood of that is maybe 8 out of 10. Basically 8 out of 10 of it not happening is what I meant to say. So 2 out of 10. Even actually, I'm being generous over there. Maybe it's more like 0.5 times out of 10 for it to actually reverse completely and take out the high, right? Happens 5% of the time. 5% of the time. You don't want those odds against you. You want to take the trade that will be successful 65% of the time or 70% of the time. And what kind of trades are those? You're going to see just by watching the charts often. You guys probably already know, right? It's the trades where price comes down. Oops, let me go ahead and do that again. Price comes down and bounces just a tad bit. And then continues to either go down or put in a rounded formation. So one of two things will happen. Most of the time, one of two things will happen. Price will come down like this, bounce a bit, either continue down or put a rounded formation and then continue up, or the other half of the time, or the less frequent amount of times, you're going to see price actually bounce higher and reverse. This is very, very rare, where you actually V-bottom. Very, very rare. Rarely will you ever see an asset V-bottom like this. So what you are looking to trade, guys, on a scalp is this amount, okay? This bounce, which happens only maybe this will happen 70% of the time, maybe 80% of the time, but it will give you only around 25% to 30% of the actual retracement. So what you're looking to capture is this small move over here, right? So there are two ways to do that, to look for where you take your profits on that. Just going to go ahead and wrap up with that. There's one way is to use the measuring tool. You simply go for turn on your Mango dynamic. You go for use your measuring tool, mark out where you're basically taking your trade. This center line over here is essentially marking out the 50% mark, right? So you want 50% of the 50%, right, which is essentially 25%. So now from there, right, which is around 101, you're going to go ahead back up to 101. right? So that's your 25%. You want to basically start taking profits at the 25% mark. As soon as it retraces 25% of the way, all the way up to around 40% of the way, that's where you want to start scaling out your profits. That's how I do it. Okay, that's how I visually do it. Another way to do it is simply to use a Fibonacci tool. Okay, you can do your retracement on your Fibonacci. This is where Fibonacci actually does become useful on the lower time frames. And double click on your Fibonacci, and what you want to do is quickly set your 2.3 to around 3.0, or no, let's say 2.5. Okay, 2.5, and you set your 3.8 to around 4.5. Okay, so essentially what you're marking out there is a 25% to 45% retracement range. Okay, you can hit OK. And you're going to see, if you go back on auto lower time frames, you essentially came up to the 25% mark, to the 45% mark, and that's where you'll be scaling out your profits on a scalp trade, right? You got your bounce, and you're taking your profits on the 25% mark to the 45% mark. And remember, this is where you are looking to be taking your profits on all your scalp trades, because that's where you're going to have the most likelihood of success, right? All right. So any questions on that? I'm guessing not many of you have too many questions on that, because most of you guys are interested in doing a Cardano analysis. But yeah, that's how you do your scalp trades, guys. This is for the people who did PM me asking me about how to do scalp trades, right? The key thing to note, guys, is that you do not want to get greedy. If you get a move towards the upside and it pulls back onto a support line, right, and you have entered for a scalp trade, you do not get greedy. You want to live. Okay, the chance of it retracing 50% of the 50%, by the way, is your line in the sand, right? That's your benchmark. Sorry, that's your benchmark. You want to use the 50% mark, right? The 50% retracement as your benchmark. You want to start taking profits, okay, before that 50% mark. If it bounces past that 50% mark, then the likelihood of it actually having a trend reversal increases. But until that happens, you do not want to risk being over positioned on that. You do not want to be over positioned, because this could happen because you got greedy, right? Well, Tan, people use the Fibonacci like they use EMAs, like they use moving averages, in my opinion, without really understanding. By the way, guys, for those of you who can't read the chat, Tan asks, how do you usually use the Fibonacci? I use the Fibonacci by just understanding what it's really doing, right? And I want a use out of it. I understand what the tool is doing, and I want a use out of it, similar to how we use EMAs and SMAs at Mango, right? For those of you who haven't watched the video where I explain what an EMA is, what an SMA is, go ahead and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's free, right? Watch that video. You guys are going to see that we have a different view on how we look at all indicators, how we look at horizontals too in the C program. You guys know, right? My view on horizontal support and resistance, I don't look at it as black and white. I have a foundational understanding of why I'm using it the way I use it. So similar with Fibonacci, I understand what it's really doing. It's actually just calculating the retracement, right? It's calculating the retracement from either your low to high or your high to low. Now, while price is bouncing, or rather when I'm looking for a bounce, right, I will say, hey, I want to know where the 50% retracement is, because the chances of it bouncing to the basically retracing 50% of the move that it's actually done is lower than it retracing 25% of the move or 30% of the move, right? So essentially, if price goes all the way here and then starts retracing, at what point, once I find the support, once we've established the support line, at what point do I say that this bounce that's happening is likely going to start seeing weakness? Okay, at what point is it going to start seeing weakness? And that is where you can start using the Fibonacci. Now people instead of saying, hey, 25% or 30%, which are nice round numbers that we like to use at Mango, they use the actual fib numbers. They actually use the fib numbers to get their percents. Similar with the 21 EMA, right? So that's why instead of using 25%, you're going to see most people and bots use 0.236 or 382, blah, 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 right? I don't even know all the fib numbers by heart, which I probably should. So the reason those numbers see more respect, by the way, is because more people are looking at it, bots are looking at it, algorithms are looking at it, people are looking at those numbers, so you see a lot more market participation over there. But that doesn't mean you need to look at those numbers. You can keep your life easy. By the way, look at it right over here. You're seeing the 2-3 get respected. I'm pretty sure if I switch this to is it 236? I believe 236. 2-3 is good enough, right? And yeah, the 2-3 is getting respected right over there. Delete this. The fib tools though are just too messy, right? If you guys were watching Mango when we were accumulating a position on that Bitcoin trade at 10,000, we used the fib tools there. Why? Because we were using a lot of confluence, and I wanted to see, because the golden pocket is usually a zone. The golden pocket 0.6, the 0.6 zone, 0.618 to 0.65. That zone is where you see a lot of accumulation take place, depending on whether it's distribution or accumulation. Price is going to be higher than the golden pocket if it's accumulation, and underneath it if it's distribution. And I wanted to know, right, at the time, hey, is this accumulation or is this distribution? All my other indicators are telling me that this is the accumulation. What is my fib going to tell me? That's going to be my booster, because I got a huge position of Bitcoin over there, a huge position. So that's when I wanted that extra confidence and that extra booster. That's when I used it, right? I wanted to see the confluence that other people are also accumulating on that retracement. Brendan Posgai says, really valuable trick. Thank you so much for showing that, man. Yeah, man. I was hoping that at least like out of the 250 people watching, maybe even 5 or 10 people found that valuable, because I know most people over here are just looking for, you know, calls. But I wanted to start off the stream giving value to the people that I value, right? Those are the kind of people that I really want in the community, because I'm fed up of, like, you know, just doing what the YouTube algorithm wants me to do. Because if I do what the YouTube algorithm wants us to do, I will have far more views, way more views and way more subscribers. But I'm gonna hate my life, man. And that's what happened last time, I think, when I was doing these streams often. We were doing like freaking analysis after analysis after analysis on shitcoins, and I'm like, F this shit. Like, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So those of you, by the way, you guys can help the algorithm. If you guys did enjoy this this little segment, please go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a comment down below. Help Mango, help the algorithm, because we do everything we do does not fit the algorithm's needs. Garrett Redfin says, I'm new here and this was really valuable. Thank you, man. If you guys enjoy this, I can do more of this more often. Like, I didn't do my best today in terms of explaining it, because I am tired, like I said. But I tried. Okay, let's start with ADA. Oh, by the way, XRP looking bullish. There's not much to say, right? We broke our trend structure. We are seeing there's a resistance level right over here on the 87 mark. Okay, on the higher time frames, the 87 cents. I don't know whether it's resistance on every it needs. Let's go ahead and check Poloniex. I don't trust this. USD. Okay, USDT. Okay, yeah, it is 87 cents. It is 87 cents. Okay, yeah. So we did talk about this in the previous stream, right? That we are looking for XRP to close above 87 cents at the end of the week. That's when it gets a little bit more bullish. So that's on the USD pairing. On the Bitcoin pairing, something very similar. We're looking for it to close above the 1500 Satoshi mark on the weekly time frame. Okay, if we get this, I'll be looking. Actually, there's 2 levels for it to clear. At the very least, it needs to clear 1500. But if it clears this entire zone over here, which is being contested right now, this is what we talked about in the seed, right? Let me go ahead and show the Discord really quickly. Why don't I show my Discord? Okay, there we go. So, okay, I said XRP trend continuation and scalp opportunity. That's when we were coming down over here on the 4 hour. I had to take the trade quickly before I posted it, because these kind of trades come in and come out, but I did try to take it really quick. Before it we had enough time to play this trade out anyways. This was one of the ones that gave you was more than generous. So we said, hey, 15% trade back into the mango dynamic. This is what you want to look for when looking for a trend trade entry or quick scalp bounce. Invalidation is clear, closing under the dynamic, and we can reposition. Note that on the weekly, the BTC bearing, this is an area that will be contested by the bears, and we are seeing the contesting right now, right? The bears are coming contesting that area. If you guys switch back on over to my chart really quickly, you can see this area being contested by the bears, right? So on the chart here at the time, the bulls were holding it. Now the question is, can the bulls hold it on the close coming up in on the essentially the 12-hour close, right? Can you guys see? Okay, you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Okay, let me adjust it. Oops. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. So yeah, essentially we were talking about that, and then on the USD pairing, same thing. Okay, same thing. The bulls need to hold that level, marked it out. So nothing has changed since then. The bulls and the bears are fighting to hold those levels going into the weekly close. And again, for those of you who are on the Mango C program, I really do recommend going ahead and checking out the Mango lessons, where Raja posted a really good freaking write-up, and so did IJ, right? Go ahead and read that. It freaking will help you guys a lot. Okay, that was a quick teaser, or I don't say teaser, but quick peek for the rest of you who can pause the video. I shouldn't have done that actually, but pause the video and read that yourselves. But yeah, man, really great stuff going on in amongst the seedlings right now. You guys are making me really proud with your success. Good freaking job, all of you. So that's XRP. Now we can go ahead and switch on over to Cardano. Cardano, I do want to start with the Bitcoin pairing, because that's what gave me the hint that, you know what, Cardano is going to be looking interesting soon, and we may start seeing a squeeze situation that breaks over the upside. And this is what I was looking at. We were squeezing, okay? This is where your structural read is going to matter. Look at how the bears guys were struggling to push price below this low. Okay, we had an M-like formation over here, right? Even though we came back down to test that, right? We did not break it. We put in another higher low compared to this low here. The bears struggle, and each candle where the range was so tight, look at how tight the range was. Each candle that transpired where the bears struggled to push the price lower and lower and lower against the Bitcoin pairing gave the bulls more and more confidence, and gave the bears less confidence in their trade. Because remember, when you are shorting an asset, you are borrowing funds, you're borrowing ADA, sorry, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. You're borrowing the asset, in this case Cardano, from the exchange, and you're selling it, right? You're borrowing it and selling it. That means you owe it to the market. Okay, you're on the hook for that. So you want to see, within a reasonable amount of time, your trade come to fruition. And the less the market shows you that gives you confidence, well, the less confident you're going to become, right? So the more likelihood you're going to close that trade out. And what do you do when you're closing the trade? You're buying from the market. You're buying from the market. So when enough of the bears sell their position, or rather close their position out, you start seeing price drift towards the upside. So all these wicks over here, you're seeing probably people close their trades out, right? You're seeing people close their trades out, and you're seeing it happen, and the bulls are getting more and more confident, the bears are getting less and less confident, and then suddenly you see a squeeze where all the bears give up and the bulls get aggressive, okay? And they come in for that quick scalp trade, or the quick bounce trade, or perhaps an entire trend continuation. Would I look for trend continuation over here? No, right? Because I'm not looking for it. You can bet that other traders too, other structural traders, other trend traders are not looking for it either. Where are we going to be looking? We've been saying this for a freaking while, for like weeks now. Where am I going to look for my trend continuation? Above this zone. I've been saying that for a while. Where did Cardano come and bounce right up against? Above that, right up to the top area of that zone, right? We came smacked into that zone, the top of the zone, and got rejected, right? So until I see that zone completely reclaimed, I will not get too bullish on this. But now this is where things get interesting. You have a low high, and a low high. Just this picture alone is putting in a descending triangle that, in my opinion, this is just purely speculation. There's no basis to this whatsoever. But I think this is going to break up. And this is just a gut feeling. I could very well, and I most likely will be wrong on this, right? I think this is going to break up. As soon as we take out this high over here, guys, this is going to have a move all the way to 2,608 Satoshi. I should probably like take some time to read the comments, read the chat over here. Right, so essentially we have high, lower high, lower high, right? As soon as that pattern of putting in lower highs break, two things are going to happen again. It comes down to the same freaking concept I was teaching you guys just now. Bears are going to lose confidence, bulls are going to gain confidence, and that causes the market to pick a direction together, even though they're on opposite sides, because bears have to close out their trades, bulls are going to have to be buyers, right? They have to buy if they follow their trading strategy, and the bears have to close if they want to close out their losses in a appropriate time. That's why you see these breaks happen. It's all based on market psychology and fundamentals at the end of the day. That's why we say, don't just trade these things blindly. Understand what's really happening with the market participants, because that is what dictates the markets moving. So Mark asks a really good question that I get a lot. Sean, my man, why is your Discord not in night mode? Because I think that Discord's night mode is horrendous. It's freaking really bad. Like if you look at Telegram, which we initially were on, right? We were all on Telegram. Telegrams, especially Telegram X, their night mode is freaking beautiful, man. It looks so crisp and the colors are nice. Discord's night mode is more for gray. It's just ugly and dull and boring, and I couldn't take it. And we were migrating to Discord, and the only way I could tolerate it and actually move the community to Discord was if I switched out of it. I couldn't handle the dark mode. So my light mode, by the way, is not really light for me, because I use flux on my screen because I get fucking headaches. So my screen has a different color, different tinge to it. So it's not really white, and it doesn't really it's more for gray, a real good looking gray, not the ugly black gray that Discord has. I'm not a fan of Discord's color. So yeah, I do apologize if my Discord hurts your eyes. It doesn't hurt my eyes because I'm using Flux, which I recommend you guys should use, by the way. Okay, so yeah, that's Cardano on the Bitcoin pairing. I think eventually it's going to break up, but we're sitting up against resistance. Quickly look at Cardano on the USD pairing before I answer Tan's question I haven't read yet. Yeah, same story here. We're squeezing that ascending triangle. Like, we had this resistance marked out, right, at $1.32. Well, guess what? We came and smacked up against it. But it's still looking good because this is more bullish than even the Bitcoin pairing. We're putting high, low, and now we have a new high. Very similar to what Bitcoin did at 30,000, right? People are just being impatient. It kind of sucks that Cardano is driving people to the brink over here. And by the way, this could very well break down. Like, you could make an argument that, hey, let's make the bearish argument. Okay, let's make the bearish argument. This could turn into a rising channel of sorts. And what is a rising channel really? It's an uptrend that has the potential of breaking the trend, and once that trend breaks, the opposite happens. The bulls lose confidence, the bears gain confidence. So when do we see that happen? If we lose this lower high here, sorry, this high low, we lose this high low, and we see the move towards the downside, or rather we will likely see that move towards the downside as soon as we break this high low over here, and I'll be targeting all the way down to around 94 cents, right? So high low, lose that high low. That means you've lost the pattern of putting high lows to the upside. Bulls lose confidence, bears gain confidence. We see that move down, or likely to see it, right? Always likely. Probability is what we are playing over here. Oh wow, it's already been 52 minutes, damn. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button and you guys are enjoying today's stream, please go ahead and do that and hit the subscribe. And people have been complaining to me that you guys don't get notified of the live stream. Join the Discord. That's the best way to get a notification, because we do send out notifications on Discord. You can join the Discord at themangoway.com/discord, themangoway.com/discord. right? You can find out more about the seed program if you're interested in it by going to the mangoway.com/seed, the mangoway.com/dynamic for the dynamic indicator, blah blah blah. Which, by the way, the Cardano has been respecting it to the T. I'm liking the look of this overall. Let's see. Quick question on trading terms. If you're not trading on margin and only selling your own Cardano, ADA, or any other coin, is that still called shorting? That's actually a good question. And in my opinion, man, it really depends on your view of your portfolio, right? Let's say that you have a mandate, like your overall, your hierarchy portfolio rules. Okay, you need to have rules, by the way, on the macro level of your finances too, by the way, guys, all of you, right? All of you. I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but have rules on your own financial health. So let's say you have mandated yourself that I need at least 10,000 Cardano on my portfolio at all times, okay? But now you sold Cardano down to 8,000. Okay, your portfolio has only 8,000 Cardano. Well, now you are essentially short Cardano by 2,000, right? Even though you're not short, you're not leveraged on that trade, you're short Cardano on your own portfolio. Okay, but if you don't have that mandate, no, you're not short, right? So a lot of people are framing the argument on Bitcoin that way, right? Which I completely agree. If you believe that Bitcoin is a hedge on the financial system, if you believe Bitcoin is a hedge, you believe in Bitcoin, you understand Bitcoin, then if you don't own Bitcoin, you're short Bitcoin, right? And we talked about that in the video I did when Bitcoin was 17,200. I was on the beach. Do you guys remember that? I came on and I especially said that, hey, or rather I especially did that video because of what was transpiring with Bitcoin. We had that move to 17,200, but we got picked up and we closed the weekly candle about 18,200, 19,200. I remember that moment because that was pivotal in Bitcoin's success moving forward. And you guys can find it, I think, on the channel, right? I think it's one of the main videos on the channel. Go ahead and watch that because we talked about this concept there. I said you guys need to understand that more and more people are going to realize that if they don't have Bitcoin, they are short Bitcoin, period, right? Period. And that's why we saw that move almost immediately all the way to 50,000, which was essentially our target. You'll find one of our older videos where we talked about Bitcoin breaking the monthly level at 10,650 is going to take us to 50,000, right? And these are all things that, by the way, that you come up with through foundational concepts. I'm not a genius. I'm not a genius, and because I'm not some oracle that figured out these targets. No, it's just basics. It's just basics. You guys can do this yourselves. Like the reason I'm saying this is because when I say, hey guys, we hit my target, it sounds a bit pretentious that only I could have come up with these targets, but I'm telling you that every single one of you guys could have come up with the same levels as long as you were willing to sit back and do the mango way. Just do the mango way. Look at the high time frames. Right, look at Cardano on the weekly. Okay, the past few candles have been a little bit weak, but we're still holding trend. I don't like the look of this weekly candle, to be honest. We have 4 days though to change the picture around. Jam Donut says, I remember you were pumped on the beach. Yeah, exactly, man. I was so excited. I was really excited because I don't want to say I knew what was coming, but there was a huge probability of what was coming, and I was freaking excited. I had a gut feeling of what was going to come. I'm buying Apple, Tesla, and SpaceX. Not bad. Or you could just buy ARK, right? I've been buying ARK along these lines and selling near the dynamic. ARK Invest. Because the reason I'm buying ARK is because I really like Kathy's view on the future of the world. It's really positive. It's really optimistic, which is a lot like what the Bitcoin community is, right? But how do I put this? It's hard to put it. Okay, one of the things that one of the reasons why I was looking to buy ARK was because of the way they trade, the way they actually make their trades. Essentially, they are buyers when I am not a buyer. Usually when I'm not buying, they are buying, right? And I needed that hedge, I needed that counter trade or the counter trend in my portfolio. Do you guys understand what I mean? So when I am not being a buyer, I need someone in my portfolio being a buyer to counter trade my trend trading approach, because they are not trend traders, they are value buyers, right? You guys understand that? All right, let's go back to the comments if I missed any. Oh, Carlos is in here. How's it going, Carlos? How's it going? Carlos, we did have a good introductory session where we did talk about the difference between trend trading and scalping. I don't think I really fully explored it as much as I wanted to. But the reason I said that, by the way, guys, for those of you who did watch the entire segment, the reason trend trading is the polar opposite of scalp trading is because, well, think about it. I said scalp trading is a counter trend move, while trend trading, there are two things, right? Trend trading, you're positioning in a way that allows you to have drawbacks, pullbacks, and you're okay with it, and you may want to actually build a position over a period of time, right? Whereas a scalp, you want in and out, because maybe you see a trend trade opportunity over there, but you're not convinced, and you're like, you know what, I'd rather buy a little bit lower, I'd rather be a little bit safer, so I'll scalp this opportunity and I'll come back to the trade later. Because I wasn't feeling convinced on XRP, and I may be wrong on that, maybe it might bounce. Actually, no, it's actually coming down further. There we go. It's contesting the zone. The bears are contesting it. Oh, I did get a super chat. Did I miss something? Apologies. Guys, is BTC going to bounce back? That's Mambo for life. Hey, how are you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Bounce back 5,500. Maybe not. We are looking for the weekly to hold this level right over here. The structure right over here at 55,668. Did it actually come down and test that already? Let's go ahead and put a horizontal. It could wick down a little bit lower than that, like right up against that right now, actually. There's a neckline here too. Like, if you guys have been following me on these videos, I told you guys that I've been saying that I am not convinced on Bitcoin being super bullish until we crack this level right over here. Ever since we built our position over here, right? Do you guys remember? I was looking at this level. I was looking at this level right over here and saying this is the key level. This is the key level. Until we break this level, I am not as bullish. I said I'm going to be way more. I'm going to be way more of a buyer here than I'd be a buyer over here. Right. And by the way, over here, when I got my position here, I did get faked out. Right. That's another educational video that you guys should go ahead and watch. I think I posted it in a separate daily video on Bitcoin where I talked about how I got bull trapped, or rather bear trapped over there as a bull, right? And how you reposition, right? You can reposition later. So go ahead and watch that. You guys will see an example of a trade that yeah, you guys want to know how to handle bear traps and bull traps, right? Well, you guys will find good value in that video. Jerry Helmet says brave to do a live during a bloodbath. That's usually when I like coming on here and doing the live streams, man, because that's when we have the most educational topics to cover, right? That's when traders are made, right? That's when traders are made, through these kind of experiences, these kind of moments. Most people, they just want to experience the bull side of things, and most YouTubers too. Not all. Most YouTubers too, they only want to talk about the upside because they don't know how to handle the downside. Well, Mango was actually born on the downside. Obina says, guys, please hit the like if you haven't done so already. There's only 87 likes, although there are around 300 of you over here. Fidelio, we did cover ADA USD, man. We can go ahead and take a look at it again. What's it doing? What's Cardano doing while the markets dump? We'd be interested in seeing what ADA BTC is doing, but is ADA USD? Where is it? I have too many coins here. Where did it bounce? Well, it's holding the trend line. It needs to hold this horizontal here too. We just talked about that, right? Losing this horizontal, I'll be looking for further downside all the way down to the Mango dynamic right over here at around $1. So we lose this structure on the daily. Break this $1.15, not the best look. I'll be looking for this low over here to get tested at around $1.03. Ooh, is Ethereum really testing that? Check it out. Damn, to the T. I don't know. What are the chances it actually comes down to the Kijun over here, Carlos? What are your thoughts? Because from my experience, Ethereum has more often than not given me the FU. Because I used to trade Ethereum aggressively right back in the day. Like, Ethereum was one of the ways I collect a lot of Bitcoin. More often than not, it actually comes down to... So you guys remember, right? The trade that we talked about on the daily videos on Ethereum. Right, I did 2 videos on Ethereum. We talked about the structure over here, where you have both. So Ethereum was sitting over here at the time. Ethereum was sitting over here when we were doing the videos. We said, guys, what may be forming over here is both an ascending triangle as well as a symmetrical triangle. If you do get the break on the ascending triangle, on the symmetrical triangle, there's a way to trade both breaks of the structure, and those trades are high probability trades, where one, you see the first break of the symmetrical triangle, and then you see the retest of the symmetrical triangle, and then you go on over to break the ascending triangle. And that's exactly what we saw, and we saw the continuation. In typical Ethereum fashion, you don't see the continued continuation. Instead, you're coming back down to test that structure. Do we test this structure as well, though? Do we test the symmetrical triangle? I would say, at the very least, we come down to test that level. I would at least, if I was looking to buy this dip, I'd plan for that. Especially since, man, we've taken out this low over here. Going back to your candlestick analysis, okay, going back to your trend trading, both of that is going to be come to use to you right now, while looking at how this candle unfolds on the daily. If we don't see a buyback over here that closes above 2000, I'll be looking for this to come back down a little bit lower, at least to around 1921. But does that mean it is a bad opportunity to buy right over here, right on the first test? No. Again, if you want to do the Mango way, get your position in and go spend time with your family, maybe that's something you want to do. See, I do this as a full-time trader, unless I'm on vacation. If I was on vacation and I was looking to enter this over here, I'd be like, alright, I'm in, back on over to the beach, which is what I did for Bitcoin back when we had that amazing weekly close. I didn't care at what price I was buying. I just wanted to enjoy my vacation because it was a trend trade and I positioned accordingly. Kunle Ajiborisha, I hope I pronounced your name right, says all prices are dipping at the moment. Can you look that up and discuss? Look up what? All prices? The market won't crash. It's buy time. Enjoy the profits in the next 48 hours. It's a bull market, man. You gotta trade the bull trend. It's a bull market. Where's support on what chart though? So many charts to look at. How's the alt market response drop to BTC dropping related to when BTC dominance low high? Does it decrease or increase, or is it? I don't understand your question. Let me read it again slowly. How's the alt market response to BTC dropping related to BTC dominance is okay? I think I understand your question. You're basically trying to ask what does BTC dominance mean, right? And again, this is something that okay, so how do I put this as simply as possible? Bitcoin dominance is essentially telling you how well Bitcoin is doing compared to the altcoins, or on the inverse of it, it's telling you how well the altcoins are doing compared to Bitcoin. Now this doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to be going down on USD while alts are going up. Okay, this doesn't mean that. What could be happening is that Bitcoin is going sideways, okay, while alts are going up, or Bitcoin is going up while alts are going up at a more aggressive rate. Both of these scenarios, okay, both of these scenarios, first scenario is this one where Bitcoin is going sideways and also going up, and this scenario where Bitcoin is going up but also going up faster. Both of these scenarios will give you a red candle on Bitcoin dominance, essentially telling you that all coins are outperforming Bitcoin. And this could happen through multiple ways. It could also, of course, happen while Bitcoin is going down and all coins are going sideways, or Bitcoin is going down and all coins are going up. So there are multiple ways you could have that. So that's why looking at this alone is not giving you enough information, and people look at this in isolation. You shouldn't. Now, when this is going up, right, when Bitcoin is actually going up, it could mean that, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going up in value. It does not mean that. It could mean that Bitcoin is actually going down, but all coins are going down faster. And you'll see that in a bear market, right? In a bear market, actually this was a good example right over here. In the bear market, Bitcoin may have been going sideways, right, while all coins are getting freaking wrecked, and you see Bitcoin dominance pump. All these altcoins compete against each other. How can you pick the winners? That's such a good question, Joel. Such a good question. You can't pick them consistently. You need to have edge. You need to have edge, and you need to... Oh, Krisha's here. She says, "Oh, hey cutie, right back at you." Picking a winner based on fundamentals is almost impossible, in my opinion. It's really freaking difficult. Really freaking difficult. That's why we use the charts. The charts tell you who the strong assets are. It's easier to find a strong asset and be like, hey man, this is freaking strong, I'm buying it. Because it's telling you where all the market participation is. That's why technical analysis wins. Especially for people who don't have a huge fundamental analysis trading firm, right? We don't have like freaking 15, 20, hundreds of people doing fundamental analysis and pooling their minds together. Look at the amount of assets available. The way you could do fundamental analysis in the previous market cycle, 2014, 2017, you cannot do that anymore, in my opinion. You got to pick a niche. So you got to pick like DeFi, or you got to pick like NFTs, or you got to pick like platform markets, and then try and focus only on those. That's one way to do it. I like doing it the easy way, the mango way, which is essentially looking at the charts. That's how we got the huge wins on all coins in the last market cycle, because that's when I was most interested in stacking more Bitcoin before we got the big move. But you can pick on a winner. You can pick on a winner for the major crypto market, and that's Bitcoin. The winner is the leader. Carlos says, gotcha. Yes, Link looking similar, but safest is probably to wait and see. what levels are respected, or like you said, you could trade the dynamic and wait for potential invalidation. Yeah, do it easy, do it the easy way. Let's go and look at Chainlink, man. So our trade on Chainlink was over here on this. Well, we were trading while accumulating at around $11, right, on the weekly dynamic. Broke the monthly structure, and then we took our profits. Yeah, daily. And so you see Chainlink testing that lower structure, right? Even though it broke towards the upside, you're seeing it test one of the lower levels right over here. Don't like this candle. The weekly. It tested, okay, so it tested weekly resistance on that move towards the upside. Chainlink's weekly is actually not looking bad at all. Right? Krisha says, leave it to Sean to do a live stream when there's blood on the streets. Yeah. Mango's the only one who would. Rishi Bisa says, I like the casual flex while scratching it. Yeah, man. Gotta flex. Bearish divergence playing out on daily link. I'm not seeing it, man. I'm trying to do the one eyebrow raise thing, and I can't do it. I'd really like to hear your end of year prediction for Cardano and Bitcoin. I don't have a end of year prediction. It's too far away, man, for me. So in September, we had a end of year prediction for Bitcoin because we were looking at it because that was close enough, 4 months. I don't have a end of year. That's too much can happen. The bull market could end way before that, or it could, you know, lead into it. There's too much. The Fed could freaking come in and throw a curveball and just end the bull market right now. Right, we've been looking at the US 30-year yields and the US 10-year yields for a reason, right? And what do you know, guys? What do you know? Like, we marked out this resistance at 240. Like what? When we were trading over here at 170, when we cleared 170, that's when we marked out this resistance. Had a little bit of a fake out over there. Eh? We closed above, put in a very toppy formation, probably took out a lot of stops. Okay, a lot of freaking stops, and now it looks like we're putting an M-like formation right up against the resistance. Really interesting, really interesting. So we want to see this. You want to see these yields come down, man. It'll make the markets more attractive. Also, the way the capital markets are evaluated right now, you guys need to understand that even a small raise in the yield, right, a small increase in the yield, the way the discount cash flow analysis is done is going to like reprice these capital markets drastically. Feb 18 today, is that too far? Just look back like 14 days, man. 14 to 16 days. 16 days is, so you don't want to go back 2 weeks. What's the date today? Yeah, I think you might be going back too far, man. Old man is popcorn time. Like, relax. Reading some Texas, loving the blood. Attaboy. J-Rock, how's it going, buddy? BNB going down. O face. Everything's gonna go down. Oh, so Pauline asked me a question. Okay, from the C program, she asked me a question via PM on correlation risk, and this was my answer to her. So if she does watch this stream, we're going to see her answer actually come to fruition. And we talked about, I essentially told her, listen, if you are trading with USD as your baseline, essentially you are looking to collect USD, your determination of success is based on your USD going up, then you are essentially taking on correlation risk by having multiple altcoins and also being long Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is essentially the determinant of the rest of the altcoins going down against USD value. It doesn't matter whether your altcoin is super bullish or not. If Bitcoin goes down, more likely than not, okay, this is the keyword, more likely than not, your altcoin will also go down in USD value. Okay, that's correlation risk right there. That's why you don't have too many altcoins or altcoin trades open at the same time, especially if your goal is to collect USD. It's a lot more doable if your goal is to collect Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin goes down and the altcoins are bullish, you would expect the altcoins to at least go down, or rather go down at the very least the same pace as Bitcoin, right? So let's say Bitcoin goes down 10%, altcoins also go down 10% across the board. You're going to see the altcoin against Bitcoin go sideways. So you don't have that much correlation risk on the USD side. But again, that's assuming altcoins actually do that. Altcoins could get wrecked 15%, like XRP, for example. It has a 16% down move in the bear market, especially, while Bitcoin goes down 5%, right? Right now, we're seeing Bitcoin go down 3%. And look at altcoins, how badly they're reacting. DOT has gone down 7%. Bitcoin has gone down 3%. Ethereum has gone down. Ethereum is doing pretty well. It's gone down pretty much the same rate that Bitcoin has gone down, right? You're seeing -3% on both of them. So that's how you kind of judge your correlation risk. Converted portfolio to USDT and buying back into VET and XRP at a lower price. Thoughts on this strat, Sean? I don't give financial advice, especially on that kind of thing, but seems a little bit all in, all out to me. Too dynamic, like, I don't say too dynamic, it's not my trading style. You have to be very careful in a bull market of losing position, man. Like, you lose position completely and the market, like, you could end up winning on this one or the next one, or maybe even the next one 3 in a row, but all it takes is the one time you sell into USD and the market just runs away from you, and it'll pump 50%, 70%, 100%, maybe 500%, right, on you. And then you're like, you hate yourself because you try to dodge 20%. So that's what happened to a lot of people on Bitcoin. They tried to reposition on 20K while I was being a buyer there. And Bitcoin came up to, Jesus, so long ago. And Bitcoin came up to 20,000. A lot of people were, they're like, this is it, this is the top. And or rather, they wanted to buy lower, back at 10,000. They're like, we're coming back down to 10,000. I'll reposition and double my Bitcoin. And the market just took off. It took off at a pace that they couldn't get their position back. But again, this is what I mean by all in, all out. Doing that with a small portion of your or like a reasonable size of your portfolio is fine, but going all in on something, scary. But if you have a fundamental reason to do so, this is not financial advice. You can do what you want. XRP holding the level we talked about, guys. Beginning of the video, go ahead and watch it. We talked about the difference between a trend trade and a scalp trade, right? A trend trader would have been okay with it coming down on him as long as we close above, and looks like we're looking to close above by what we said, the 12-hour candle, right? We said we're looking for the 12-hour candle, which is coming up in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Damn, the stream has been long. Looks like we're about to close above it, right? So it's really interesting, really interesting. Do I short anything, or do You just sell. You just hold. Of course, no. You can't be a trader unless you're willing to short, man. In my opinion, you need to be willing to short. You don't need to short. And we discussed this in yesterday's video, yesterday's stream. Go ahead and watch this. I talked about how to trade the bull market and the bear market. It's a longer stream yesterday, like 2 hours. We should wrap up today's stream in like 7 minutes, by the way, because I don't want you guys to have to, people who aren't watching live, I don't want them to have to go through a 2-hour stream. But I talked twice. I went on the rant twice because the first time around my music was too loud. And we talked about how you need to be able to take how your mindset should be geared in a bear market, and you're gonna have to short in a bear market if you want to consistently make money. You can't hodl in a bear market, right? It doesn't make sense. Hodl what? I mean, you could hodl USD and then buy at the bottom. Again, that's a form of shorting if your mandate is to have a certain amount of assets on your portfolio. No, the crow is indicating the bull market, man. There were these 2 ravens that showed up earlier, like huge ravens, and they sat down together. They were like a couple, and one of them I could tell was really old, right? He had like this his mane was a lot bigger and like grayish, and man, was just gorgeous. Like you see a raven sit next to a crow, or just see them side by side somehow when they're being aggressive, and a raven at that moment, a raven will make you go, whoa. The magnificence of a raven is something. Thanks, solid advice. I must just watch like a hawk and be prepared to buy in at high price if the market continues to trend. Yeah, that's actually more wisdom than most new traders have, man. They aren't willing to buy at higher prices. And at Mango, we love buying higher, right? I often tell people I'm only willing to buy higher or lower. And Bitcoin was a really good example of that, where I would get more bullish only if we broke a higher price, which is this structure here. And we kept rejecting that structure. So where would you be looking to buy after that? Here, right? To continue your trend rate. So I'm still not bearish on Bitcoin, by the way, just because we're having a down move. Not at all. It's just that the opposite of what we talked about with Cardano happened to Bitcoin here, where the bulls gave up because the bears were holding, and the bulls are losing confidence. But overall, I'm still liking Bitcoin. Let's see. We are in a downtrend now, by the way, official downtrend on the 12-hour time frame. Fatty stinky poo poo. That's so cool. Hagen and Manan, you must be Odin. Did I miss something? Oh, you're talking about the ravens, I think? There's a fantasy book I want to recommend to you that's based on... It's not Raven series, but I think it's called Raven Cry or something like that. No. I forget. I keep forgetting the name of the book, the series. But I was just about to get married and I saw something in the charts developing, so I had to make a quick video. The ADA's pumping again. Did bounce off the support. I mean, people are going to get chopped out in this consolidation range. I almost want to recommend people to just like, wait for the cut down to start trending again. Because if you zoom out, like, it's barely moving, but people are getting so scared, right? Like, if you look at the weekly, etc., it's not moving. It's going, like, don't let these moves shake you out, guys. If this candle closes green on the weekly, especially if it closes above $1.33, it's going to look fantastic. This entire picture is going to change. It's going to turn around. So patience, guys, patience. XRP was, I believe, minus 18%. It's now minus 16%, so it's bounced a good 2%. I mean, Shane says, thanks for the calming stream. if I'm being calm, guys, you guys should be calm. If you guys knew the position I had in Bitcoin and it was going down, like the way you guys, many, not you particularly, but the way many people are reacting to these dumps, I don't think the mango mindset to have a, yeah, anyways. I have mentally taken all my losses right when I take the trade, right? So all I have to do is act to make sure that I see my trade through, right? I've already accepted my potential loss, right? I've already accepted my loss. So everything that can happen from here is only a win. It's only a win, nothing else. I can't lose because I've already taken the loss as soon as I got into the trade. If you guys look at your trades that way, maybe that will change things around for you guys. Crows hit the other crows. All right, boys, with that, I think I'm gonna wrap up. It's been an hour and 28 minutes of fun. It was great. I hope you guys found value in the stream. Again, if you guys haven't yet, please go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. You guys know the drill. Oh, by the way, Kushal will be doing a VeChain analysis video, which I think so. That's what she told me, at least. So it should be out in a couple of hours if she is doing it. Guys, join the Mango Discord if you guys haven't yet. The mangoway.com/discord. If somebody could please just share that link, Mark, if you could. Actually, I'll type it right now. Why am I being lazy? It was great. Thanks, Sean, says Athis. Hey man, appreciate the appreciation. Hey, could you check BTC, please? Yeah, but we've been checking BTC, but yeah, let's go ahead. Bitcoin doing well. We said it needs to hold this level right over here, and it seems to be holding it for now, at least, right? Putting in a structure. It would have been nice to see the structure break up, but again, this was the level that we wanted Bitcoin to break towards the upside before we got ultra bullish, and it refused. And I was talking about this level when we were here, when we are right over here, guys. I'm like, I'm building a position here, but I won't get super bullish until we break this level. This is the level to break. Unfortunately, we haven't done it yet. So I'm not looking for for further downside unless we break the structure. But sideways, for the best case scenario, the best case scenario over the next week would be sideways, which is good for all coins, right? Is that not what you guys want? Gracias, Sean. Jafar says thanks, bud. I think I missed one of your messages. No, that was Donzo or Dinozo says, I struggle emotionally sometimes when I invest and it goes red. No, you can't, because markets do not go up in a straight line, right? They do not. Like, when have you seen a market go up in a straight line? Like, especially within the candles, like within the time frames. Like right now, if you're looking at Bitcoin on the monthly, it's only green. It's only freaking green. Well, this month is temporarily red. We'll find out when the month closes, right? So this is why it's so important to look towards the end of the candle, or rather wait for the candle to close before you say it's a green or red candle, because what happens in the interim is irrelevant. It's just there to shake you out and play with your emotions. Yeah, the thing is, man, Mock, the inverted head and shoulders could very well just be a non-factor. It could also, you could make an argument for this being a really choppy structure. I don't know, you can't really. I tried making an argument for that, like, very crassly yesterday's stream, to kind of just show you how you could be bearish in whatever way you want to, because patterns are very subjective, right? But you could say this, right? The bears are, or rather the bulls are, failing to push the price higher, and as soon as you break this neckline, Either way, the way you play the structure is if you break this neckline here at 51,000, you're looking towards this neckline over here at 44,000, and or rather this horizontal. This is going to be key horizontal. We lose 44,000, man. I'm looking all the way down to 30,000. Not even this level here. Not 40. I'm looking at 30,000. I would not be a buyer at 40,000 is what I'm trying to say. We could bounce there, but I would not be buying that level. I'd be looking further down. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Right, I know what you're talking about, but be wary of the flip side. 17th of March, yeah. That's what I was talking about in yesterday, or rather last week's stream, right? If we put that in from over here though, right? Let's say this was the left shoulder, that would have been a lot more convincing. Over here, I'm not seeing this be the left shoulder anymore because we took out this low. The fact that we took out this low over here at 56,468 is making me doubt that structure now. By the way, for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe. Yeah, no, I don't see it either, Jerry. I was just like forcing it to show how people could force patterns. Either way, all you need to look at is structure. See, the subscribes are coming in, so it seems like the rest of you weren't subscribing this entire time. What the hell, guys? What the hell? There we go. John Peter Balatan, thank you for the subscribe, buddy. Go ahead, put it there, right in the center. There we go. BSCZ. Thank you for the subscribe, bud. Appreciate it. How can I learn to trade? You may be interested in the seed program, the Mango Seed program. You can find out more information on themangoway.com/seed. Oh, by the way, for people who have been asking me questions on the price fluctuating, that's primarily because Europe, the EU zone, and USA have introduced a VAT tax, essentially a price gouging tax that I have no control of. So you guys are going to see a price that we have not really set. They're adding on like around $300, I believe, on top of the price. So that's ridiculous. But yeah, there are some people who are not seeing that price because they are using a VPN. So that's why the price is fluctuating, because sometimes the VPN is off, sometimes the VPN is on. And yeah, we also do accept crypto, by the way. So with crypto, since we don't ask for your location, we don't care, or rather we don't care about your location, right? There's no tax. We don't know to add VAT tax. Paul says, all right, sure. Paul, good to see you in here, bud. Caught 2 streams in a row, eh? You are really getting back into the game. Good to see, good to see. Get them, Sean, if you want to learn how to trade. Subscribe. Yay. Thank you, Crypto Kitty. Gotham Chan says, okay, so I'm new and I will subscribe and like. Also, hey man, thank you, appreciate it. Have you heard of TKA? Oh no, I don't follow any altcoins, man. No fundamentals here on shitcoins, but only Bitcoin. Ask me about Bitcoin. I'm subscribed with all the notifications on. That's my man. That's a mango man right there. Join the Discord too if you haven't. What's VAT? Value added tax. Can you believe it? They're adding a tax because I don't know. I don't know. To buy a digital product, they want. I don't know, man. Yeah, exactly. Oliver Winter asks for LTC. Yeah, we can go ahead and look at LTC real quick. We can look at a couple of charts before I wrap up. We should wrap up in 3 minutes though, guys. 3 minutes, no longer than that. So LTC is one of the assets that I've never made money on. I've only lost money on LTC. So we break this weekly. We talked about this yesterday. I do believe we did talk about this yesterday. Essentially, if we close a weekly candle above 228, we are likely going to see continuation over here. We close a weekly candle above 228 and we see the high over here at 247 get taken out. We are more likely going to see continuation all the way up to at least $320, eventually all the way up to $366. So that's what we're looking for, the structure to break towards the upside. So we are against a key resistance that is likely going to take LTC, in my opinion, past all-time high. So we're likely going to break 322. It's interesting that LTC hasn't yet broken all-time highs from 2017. Hanzala Javed says CHZ, and XP Gaming says message deleted. Don't spam, guys. If you do spam, the mods will remove your messages. And I'm tired, so let's wrap up. CHZ. What is this? No, this is the wrong chart. CHZ. So it had such an aggressive move, and this goes back to what I was discussing in the beginning of the video of the stream. We talked right off the beginning, right off the bat. We talked about if you see a massive move, guys, expect volatility, expect a down move. So look at this. This window is huge. So let's go ahead and look at the lower time frames. Downtrend, trending down on the lower time frames. Right, eventually it's gonna stop. We don't know when though, and it's gonna break up when it does. So you got to wait for the structure towards the downside to break. If you're on the Mango C program, you guys know what structure to look for. Look for the trend to start reversing. Look for your horizontal. So in this current situation, around 50 cents, but that level is going to be dynamic, right, as we move down. See any levels? Not good. We broke. This is not good. Well, not yet, right? I don't say not good, not just yet. We want to see this candle close. If this candle closes here, I'm not going to like the look of this at all. I would not be touching this. We had to squeeze. We broke this towards the downside. This could have been looked as a descending triangle against the mango dynamic, and as soon as we lose the mango dynamic, look, it's turning red. I'll be looking for a move all the way down to 27 cents. It's currently sitting at 39 cents. That's a pretty significant move in terms of percent. That's a 30% move. If we close down there, it's not looking good. Look at CHZ BDC. Same story. Not the best look. I'm not liking this. Old man says, Gregory, if you can afford the Mango course, you should get it. Otherwise, Google and YouTube to start. Yeah. Wait, hold up. No. Yeah, it's a good start, but it's also a good start to you losing money quicker, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And understand that it's not their fault, the people who are giving out the misinformation and just bad advice. One, it's primarily YouTube's fault and Google's fault, because the algorithms are geared towards them giving out bad information. Because you need to understand, as a new trader, as someone who's new to the markets, you're going to be asking questions that are likely going to be the wrong type of questions to ask in the beginning, okay? But because you're asking that question, the Google algorithm is going to reward people asking those questions, and they're going to be giving you information that you want to hear as opposed to what you should be hearing, right? Because of that, the questions you ask are likely going to lead you, especially on Google, going to likely lead you to people who are literally just targeting those questions and giving you answers that they probably don't know the real answers to. And you shouldn't be even asking those questions, or you should be asking a different type of question or different construct of the question. So be careful of that. It's really hard to explain this concept, but the algorithm the Google algorithm, the YouTube algorithm is geared towards directing you towards bad information without you realizing it. It'll be presented in a nice way. So a good example is, go ahead and check out my video on EMAs versus SMAs. It's free on the YouTube video, on the YouTube channel. Also watch the Ichimoku videos I have out. 2 of them are from the seed, from the seed program. And then go ahead and watch the other videos on YouTube on how other people look at EMAs, SMAs, Ichimoku, and you're going to see a stark difference. And you're going to be able to see that a lot of people don't really understand the indicators that they talk about. I'm not saying all. There's some really good people out there, but even those people are hard to find because they're giving you good information. I just don't know any of those people. I found out all my information from reading a lot of books that also have a lot of bad information. But because I read so much and I loved reading, I was able to like filter and sift through the good stuff and the bad stuff. But yeah, if you had to really pick, I would say books. Books are the way to go. How did you find Mango through, like, I really so Old Man says he found Mango through YouTube. I really want to understand why YouTube is showing you, like the guys who found us, right? Why YouTube would show you our channel but not others, right? I think it's the algorithm on a holistic basis based on the other type of content that you're looking up and researching and reading. It's figuring out that, hey, maybe you want this type of content, right? More deeper in nature. And I don't know, man. Now I'm beginning to sound pretentious. Like, who am I to even say our content is better? Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I mean, don't even take my advice. Like you know what? That proves my point. You found Mango through YouTube, and we don't know what you're talking about. We're a bunch of idiots over here. Ryan is in here. How's it going? Oh, how's it going? Awesome to have a little of you. Hey, bud. Yeah, we should do this more often. I should get on camera more often. Oh yeah, because Krisha did a really good tutorial on Binance. It's funny that you found us through that, because I think we are ranked really low on the search engine list for that, right? At least when I search, because sometimes people ask me for Krisha's, or ask me for Binance tutorial, and I try to find Krisha's link, but that's another testament, right? Because people keep saying on the comments over there that it's the best Binance tutorial on YouTube, and I've seen the other videos and they're all horrible, but for some reason we rank really low on it, and we don't really care enough to go and fix all of these SEO things. I know Krisha does try a little bit, but we're just not incentivized enough to care. We should care, but it's hard. So there you go, right? You found us through Binance too. So that's interesting. I type BTC live on YouTube because you're free. Okay, maybe that's a good way for us to reach more people. Josh says, I really like learning how you analyze. Much appreciated. Hey man, you are very welcome, and I appreciate the appreciation. Alex, I've done 2 videos on Ethereum that you can find on the channel. So far, the plan is going according to plan. The trade is unfolding according to plan. I had a target of 2,500 and 3,000, eventually 3,500. And these are my targets all the way when Ethereum was trading at around 900-ish, right? We got into the trade initially at 290 to 310. We took out our profits at 1,800. 800-ish, 896, I believe, 68, somewhere around there. And now I'm interested in Ethereum again. So my eventual targets on Ethereum has been pretty steadfast since then, right? I was looking at 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, but of course we want to see the trade unfold as we get up there. It doesn't need to happen, right? I may flip bearish like that, which is what happened, right? I got bearish on Ethereum when I saw the right signs on the Bitcoin pairing. Ethereum against Bitcoin, not Ethereum against USD. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up over here. It's already way past our time. I went like way past. Krisha's doing a VeChain video later, guys, so she'll cover it for you guys. Alright guys, my name is Sean Dex. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. We may do, if you guys do want more streams like this, let me know in the comments down below. Not the chat, let me know in the comments, because that's something I can monitor. I don't go through every single chat message because I just don't, it's way too many. But yeah, let me know in the chat below if you guys want me to do more of these streams. I will try my very best. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Do the mango way, do the stress-free way. Ciao. Than says, I think for Mango, having less but more high quality subscribers is better than trying to become a large channel with low quality. Yeah, I think so too, man. Alright, man. Ciao. Again, I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope you guys found value, at least in the beginning session of the video especially, right? But yeah, ciao. Do you guys like that? Quick teaser.